What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life.
And Katie.
And today we're going to be driving, eventually, this light will change colors, and we'll be driving through the inner city of Birmingham, Alabama, on the west side of town. If this light ever... What the crap? I'm just going to go this way and pull a U-turn. We're never going to get out of here. Seems like we've been there forever. Nobody around. No po-po. No po-po. No po-po, dog. Alright. That took forever. We were there like 20 minutes. I don't know what is up with that light. But we're going to drive west. Eventually.
And now you get a light here?
Dude.
This is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But guys, we're in the inner city of Birmingham, Alabama. Downtown, and we're going to head into the west side of town. Notorious area for crime. And the reason we're doing this is to educate and expose you guys to new stuff. We're definitely not trying to put ourselves in danger aimlessly. But again, the city does have the third highest murder rate in the entire country. And it's kind of wicked out here at night. It is a Monday, it's not a Friday or Saturday, but still nonetheless. We're going to go through some really dangerous neighborhoods. So the point is to educate you guys and to expose you guys to new places you've never been to before. And we have to be extraordinarily careful out here at night. Again, the city has the third highest murder rate in the country. So we have to be completely alert and aware of our surroundings at all times, and just make sure that we are paying attention to everything going on around us at all moments. When we get to the other side, I gotta keep my window down, okay, Katie? Are you wearing a mask?
What?
I think you were wearing a mask. I was like, you're wearing a mask in the car? I ain't gonna have that crap. That is enough. Enough.
Do you really think I would do that?
I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. But when we get on the other side, I gotta have the window down, okay? And in case you're wondering why I have the window down in a dangerous neighborhood, probably a bad idea usually, but there's a reason for me to have it down, so I'm not gonna explain it, but so we are gonna go into some pretty dangerous neighborhoods, so just so y'all know, Birmingham is the largest city in Alabama, and it's got some great suburbs, but some of these inner city neighborhoods really got some crime concerns. And it's weird because it doesn't look like it. Like if you come through here at night, it looks like there's nothing going on, but looks can be so deceiving. And like, my friends up in the Northeast and watch our videos, they tell me all the time, oh, you should see the streets in Philly and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but it's not what it looks like. It's actually what it is like. You got the heater on?
I told you I was cold today.
Bro, you got the heater on. Me cae mal. Me cae mal.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a sweater like you.
You wanna wear my sweater?
No.
I'll take it off. You're not gonna fit in it, but you can at least wrap it around you. Bro, I thought you were from Michigan. It's only 64 degrees right now. Look at that.
Because I got a headache. I get cold when I have headaches.
Oh, I thought you were from Michigan though. What happened to being from Michigan?
I still get headaches.
Oh, no. When we moved to Alabama, remember when we first moved over here? And I said, baby, it could snow up there. What do you say?
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine for that, from Michigan and that.
I'm still fine with that. I just have a headache.
Oh, well. You picked a bad day for a headache. And you're not as tough as you thought you were.
Like I can pick when I have a headache.
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah. This has been hollering. You'll be alright. Usually it's the other way around. Usually I'm the one that's cold.
Yeah. Some days I'm going to be cold and some days you're going to be cold.
Agape. You know, I've seen that graffiti before here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very active graffiti artist. They get around. Agape is the Greek word for love. Although it's not very loving to throw around doing graffiti on people's property. Not sure how that... So now we're getting close to Fountain Heights neighborhood, and from here moving forward, we're going to be moving towards getting out of the downtown district and moving into the residential districts. Here, you want to wear my sweater? You can wear it. I'm actually hot for some reason. Let me take it off.
You're hot because I'm cold.
I'm actually hot. I'm actually like hot, and you got the heater on.
On my side.
Somebody's gonna have to compromise here. Let me take the sweater. Oh, my shirt came off too. Right, bringing my shirt back. We're driving around the hood without a shirt on at night. That will definitely confuse anybody who wants to hurt us. Anybody plotting to make a move on us will be confused by us driving around shirtless. That confusion is the first mechanism you have to defend yourself in a situation like this. If you're confusing the person, the criminal's not going to know what hit him.
Or me right now.
You don't fit inside the sweater, but you'll feel more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I thought you were from Michigan. I don't know what.
No, when I get a headache, it could be like 90 degrees out. I get cold.
Fine. You're a woman. I get it. Fine. You're a woman. You're a woman. I get it. But all right, guys.
I actually do fit in this.
You might. Give it a try. How can somebody rob you when they can't see you? How about that? You can't even see Katie. She's like stuck. She's like stuck and incapacitated now inside my sweater, which she barely fits inside of.
It happened.
I mean, how can somebody rob you when you're immobilized and you can't move? How can you? All right, guys. So no jokes. Now we're in the west side now, so we're in the streets now for real.
Yeah.
No, it takes 7 minutes to get here, but we're here now. This is the west side of Montgomery.
This actually fits well.
Yeah, it's just getting it on was kind of difficult.
Yeah.
If you got it on now, it's yours now. You can keep it. So now can I put my window down? Oh, dang, it's cold when you're not wearing a sweater. Wasn't somebody just trying to tell me that a minute ago?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to keep my window down.
Enjoy the cold, Jose.
I'm not even going to tell you why I keep my window down, because it would terrify you. You know that, right? I'm not even going to tell you why I keep my window down. Because if I told you, it would just terrify the life out of you.
I'm alright.
I'll tell you. I just don't want to terrify you.
Jose, you've told me things before, and
If I told you, you would just be terrified. It's so that if I have to bust back at somebody, we don't get glass inside our vehicle.
I kind of figured that one out.
Yeah. If somebody were to bust at me for any reason, I wouldn't try to hurt nobody. I would just try to suppress it. But in the process of suppressing it, I don't want to get glass shooting back at us.
Yeah.
I want to be able to bust back right away. Okay. We're going into the projects here at night. Okay, car right there. You can smell, there's always stuff burning here. So we gotta be real careful, also I can hear better whatever's going on around us, but I got another clip there, but I don't know where the crap I left it. That other clip is still in there, right?
Hmm?
The other clip is still there.
I don't know. You expect me to know things.
You should know. You're gonna want to know if some crap goes on.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't ever think anything will ever pop off. Like as far as like since we're not even from the neighborhood, that's usually dangerous because nobody knows you. So they're immediately gonna draw it to you, or trying to figure you out. But is that a cop? Might be a cop right there. Could be a cop right there.
Yeah.
Definitely a cop. That was definitely a police officer. They really are aggressive about policing around here. You gotta be careful of that too. You can smell it burning everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Wild on a Monday night. But these are some wickedly dangerous streets out here, y'all. Wickedly, and we're driving kind of slow, which is never good. Look at these like little row houses right here.
Make sure you...
I got it. That might be a cop behind us.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It's
what
all
I'm
good.
telling you.
It's all good. We're good. I'm more afraid of cops than I am criminals out here, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
Inner city cops are worse than criminals. I feel really tense. I feel Northwest Miami tense right now. Just bad vibes. I can feel it. I can really feel it. Bad vibes. Why are they screaming at us? This place is giving me bad vibes tonight. Like, have you seen how militant like every movement, every car makes out here is? Open up the map real quick on this one.
Hmm?
Open up the map real quick. That place had me tense for a minute. Well lit though. That's always somewhat good. I think there was a tornado on the north side too. You know that, right? There was a tornado in the area we were earlier. There was also a tornado through here. There's a restaurant here called Super Eats. There it is. Is that right there? Is that
Yeah.
a corner store? Is that a little corner store hangout type of place? Super Eats. Is that a restaurant or like a corner store?
Looks like a restaurant.
Is that really a
Breakfast,
restaurant?
lunch, and dinner.
Dang. It's like a corner store with a lot of metal bars around it.
No, it's an actual restaurant.
Dude. I'm tense tonight. I don't know why. I'm not usually this tense. I feel really tense. Streets are so eerie at night, bro. Why is this not? Just keep going. Straight up, man. Straight up this hill. We're in the kind of a weird laid out neighborhood out here. Again, I'm not from here, so I don't know how how dangerous these neighborhoods can be. So we just gotta be on really high alert coming through here. We should totally live stream this. Dude, that would be the crap. A little bit too dangerous though. Yeah, it'd probably be too dangerous because I know somebody lives just watching it. Probably way too dangerous to live stream it.
Yeah.
Remember that one time we live streamed in Miami?
Yeah.
But we were going through some really wickedly crazy places at night. I got a lot of views live streaming through Miami at night.
Yeah.
Let's hop back down. It's a well lit intersection here. Any projects on this side over here? You know, for a while we were actually looking at real estate here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We had no idea what Birmingham. I mean, we knew the crime rate and all that, but we were so desperate to get out where we were
Yeah.
that
True.
anything would have worked at that point. even really bad neighborhoods have incredible views here in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Let's just run this top there. And again, I'm not from here, so if you're from here, you might think I lost my mind, how militant I am, but I'm not from here, so I don't really know anything about these streets, so I can't really take any risk. I have to kind of be really militant about how I move. Only thing I do know is that this is definitely one of the most dangerous cities in the country to be out at night, so you just want to be on alert. I bet there's a lot of good. Ooh, Mundo Latino. Huh. I bet you there's a lot of really cool street racing here tonight. So we're kind of we're heading towards Bush Hills now. This is on the west side of Montgomery. And again, I don't know what the deal is out here, so I really gotta be alert. By every night. Just nervous as crap, stiff as a rock. Just not feeling it. Pay attention. This kind of looks like Louisville in some parts. It's definitely not run down around here. We're in the Bush Hills neighborhood, and let's go to Rising West Princeton.
Turn left onto Bush Boulevard West. In 1,000 feet, turn left onto 15th Street West.
I hate this stupid crack on our dash. It like magnifies it every time we hit a light. It hits it. This ain't that bad looking here. These are big houses. We've been through here before in the daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, these neighborhoods. It's probably like
Might be the
Montgomery.
nice sized.
It could be like Montgomery where it's like hit or miss, you know?
Yeah. Contrast
Turn
neighborhoods.
left onto
Contrast, yeah.
15th Street West.
It could be like Montgomery where it's like hit or miss. This looks really nice. Yeah, like Louisville, Kentucky is the same way. Like Iroquois, you know, if you're on the front streets, really nice if you're on the front streets, you know?
Continue on 15th Street West
But
for half a mile.
you're on 3rd Street or whatever, you know, it's nice along Iroquois and all that, but then you hit the back streets and it changes rapidly, you know? So it's a contrast. I wonder how Charlie Blue does it. I guess his camera must be really low key. Because you know when he does like Detroit and he goes through like those crowds of 30 and 40 people in the middle of the road? Wouldn't you think that in those crowds somebody would notice he's got a camera and be like, yo, camera, you know what I mean? Police or whatever. He must have a really low key type of camera setting. Right?
I don't know.
I wonder because he doesn't like. It seems like they're in Detroit. They would kind of know him.
Yeah.
But either way, not everybody's gonna know him. When you kind of like figure that, so they'd be like, yo, camera.
He's gotta have like a low key car too.
Yeah, he might have a low key car. This thing draws a lot of attention because
Yeah.
it looks kind of gangster. Not gangster, but it looks kind of rugged and country. Okay, guys, so now we're heading towards
Head west on
Fairview.
3rd Avenue.
We're heading towards the Fairview neighborhood now. I don't know what he drives. He might just drive Reynolds to switch it up. He might have a really low-key car, but even with a low-key car, you're getting scoped out. And it's obvious we're recording when you see our setup. And people are dumb. Like, they always assume, oh, it's the police. But, like, do you really think the police are going to send 2 fat white people in a Yukon that's blue? Like, that just screams cop left to right. And then they think they're smart when they, oh, man, I saw the cop. Yeah, I'm smart. Like, no, you're not smart. You're stupid. A cop, they'll put somebody walking through your neighborhood that looks like they're homeless or something. You'll never guess. Like, they'll put somebody in your neighborhood to rent. They're renting somebody, somebody already living in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Or somebody that went to jail and already gets flipped. Like, something like that. You'll be surprised how clever. Like, maybe the guy running the nightclub is a guy that's, everybody in the nightclub's looking out for. It could be the guy running the nightclub. Do you think that they don't run sophisticated stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
It could be the guy that runs the nightclub. And you might think this is a guy that knows everybody because he knows who's in and out. Yeah, the guy running the nightclub might be the guy setting everything up. You just never know. I've known people from the street that get flipped, and next thing you know, you find a book in their car, and you're like, what is this person doing? It'd be like the person you would least expect. You just never know. But they'll flip people. They'll flip somebody. It could be the guy who owns a corner store. It could be the guy that owns the barbecue joint. You just never know. And like, the other thing is, to me, that's just mind-boggling is, I'm coming to your neighborhood for the first time. I've never been in your city. Never been in your city. First time driving through your city. And I know where the spots are just by driving through the city. I can always say, oh, boom, boom, here, there, left, right, left, right.
Mm-hmm.
That spot right there. Do you think the cops that live in your city don't know where the spot is? Yeah, if somebody who's never been to your city, driving around for the first time, can figure out where the spot is, what makes you think that the cops that are there 24/7, whose job it is to know about that spot, don't know about it? Of course they know about it. There's no doubt they know about it. That's just common sense, I don't like the way these cars are coming at me. They're just like way too much in a rush. Let me get out of the way. It's common sense stuff. Like, you really think they're not going to infiltrate something? You think you're just going to send 2 fat white people on a Yukon who obviously look like cops, and those are going to be the cops? Like, dude, they'll put somebody in your neighborhood to, well, you'll never know. You'll never even suspect it. There'll be somebody in your neighborhood who they flipped. It might be somebody running a business. It might be somebody running a car wash. It might be somebody running a nightclub, barbecue place, corner store. I just know that I've seen people flip, and I was just like, wow, the people you would never expect. And you think now, because they're your boy, that they're gonna hold you up? They're gonna hold up. They'll set you up because you weren't doing crap for them on the streets. Now they're getting $4,000 a month. Now they're getting $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and $4,000 or $5,000 other dollars to launder whatever type of crap they're doing. They might get $4,000 to rent a business, to start up. They might get money to start a legit business. You understand how that works? Somebody might they'll give somebody money to start a legit business. And here's $4,000 a month for you, and here's $4,000 a month so you can run a business in this neighborhood. We want to see who's doing the stuff here. And when you're in the club partying and you don't know the club you in is all that club's already, forget about somebody showing up to the club. The club is the bug. That is the club is where the cameras are. Y'all really don't get how sophisticated it is out there. I'm just putting you on some games, so if you are in the streets and you are doing stupid stuff, that you wise up a little bit, because there ain't gonna be somebody like me driving around with a camera that's obviously not supposed to be there. It's gonna be a lot more elaborate than that. Everyone's got a lot through traffic. It's gonna be a whole lot more elaborate than that. It's gonna be. They'll set up a business in your neighborhood. Set up a barbershop. And that barbershop's already rigged up. Might be audio and video surveillance on that barbershop. And you think that's your neighborhood barbershop. That's where all the gossip in the neighborhood's going around. That's where that thing's set up. Dude, this is grimy as crap out here. I'm just telling you because I've known people who you would not suspect to be involved in anything of that nature, and one day you're just like, dude, you know, you're hanging out with them or whatever, and by any chance you look in their back seat or underneath, you know, their seat, and you find something, you're like, what the crap? They go in for something small and they get scared and they get flipped. So this is some grimy stuff out here, Katie. I don't know where the crap we are, but this is hot out here. We are in some hot crap out here. This neighborhood's hot. There's a lot of activity in this neighborhood. We're on Warrior Road. Come on, dude. It's just interesting to me how, like, when I do these drive around videos, I always, you know, hear somebody, yo, police, police, because it's a vehicle that's not supposed to be there or whatever. But man, I tell you, that police might be a whole lot closer than you think. It might be somebody from your neighborhood. Went in for something, got scared, started crying, put them in that cell. Especially somebody that they smoke cigarettes or something, you know? Let's say somebody who's got a cigarette addiction. What a better candidate than somebody who smokes cigarettes. They haven't smoked in a few days. They're dying to smoke a cigarette. They put them in that room, light up a cigarette for them. Get to talking. You know, all it takes is grab somebody that smokes cigarettes. Lock them in that room when they haven't had a cigarette in a few days and watch them start talking. It's just crazy.
Head north on Avenue Q toward 33rd Street, Ensley.
All right,
In
Katie?
a quarter mile, turn left onto 29th Street, Ensley.
I just find it interesting how when I do these drive arounds, like, people think they're slick because they notice that you're not from their neighborhood. But I think it's a lot of times that people, they've been brought up to be that way. Where if a car drives by and something happens and you were there and you saw it, other people in the neighborhood expect you to, you know, kind of, oh, you should have seen that car coming, whatever. So they're just kind of like, you know, puppets, basically, of more aggressive people in the neighborhood. But in reality, that stuff is rigged up. It's crazy how people think they're gonna make money. People think they're gonna make money. In reality, when you enter that, it's already rigged up before you even get started. Before you even get started into that business, it's already rigged. You're not gonna the big fish turn into little fish. It's crazy stuff on the streets, but people think they're gonna actually get ahead doing that. The only thing that gets you ahead in life is working hard and saving money, not spending your money on stupid stuff. You can spend money on stupid stuff when you already have a guaranteed source of income, and your money just keeps coming and coming and coming. Living in a neighborhood like this, paying $500 for rent, you can save up money and one day be able to buy a house. One day, now you're not paying a rent, pay off a car. Now you don't have a car payment. Now whatever money you make, save it up. When you got $5,000 or $6,000, bring out a little storefront and start your own little business. I don't know, do something. But don't think you're ever gonna make money on the streets. A lot of times that system's already rigged before you even get into that. It's already rigged. It's a rigged up system. Just a little bit of word of advice for people, man. It's like when you watch those documentaries too, like on TV, 95% of that stuff is just so crazy, exaggerated, made up. But there's one thing that's probably true about all that stuff, and it is how 95% of the time the person who's at the top of that Like there was on the news back in Florida where we used to live, there was this one guy. He was in charge of a ring, and he had like 30 houses that he was growing stuff in. This was in the news down there. Now when they caught this guy, he had like 10 Mercedes Benzes, Bentleys, Ferraris, all that, you know. And when they caught him, he had a bunch of grow houses. And when he got caught, he ended up flipping. And he was at the top of that pyramid. There's nobody on top of him. He was the pyramid. And he ended up, I guess he had a bunch of houses where, you know, he had workers that ran the houses. So he wasn't even getting his hands dirty. He was over here, you know, collecting the profits. He wasn't his feet weren't even on the ground in the operations. But when he got caught, he broke down his organization. He had about 15 houses, or 7. I can't remember how many houses he had, but he pretty much broke down how he ran all that, and who was at each house, and who was the electrician, and who was the pickup guy, who was the delivery guy. He pretty much broke down the whole system. That was his own underneath him. He was the pyramid. He broke down everybody underneath him, and he got off for like 7 or 10 years or something. And the people that he put out got even longer. And that was a web that he created. So here's a dude who creates a web of abandoned buildings and stuff. This stuff. So we're crossing towards the Tuxedo area. There's some rough looking neighborhoods out here. There's a guy who's like, his whole entire web, he created it. He gets caught and he decides to take it down, and he took down what he created. And in the process, he got less time than the people that were underneath him, because he was ready to collaborate. He broke down how everything worked. And those people underneath him, they might have thought they had a sweet deal. They might have thought, okay, we're in here, living rent free, blah, blah, blah. We're close to Ensley now, which this area, we've been here in the daytime and it's scary. So now we're going into Ensley at night. Really dangerous area out here. In the daytime, this crap is scary. This is one of the roughest areas in the whole state of Alabama. This stuff out here is scary in the daytime. We're out here at night now. But it's just, the best thing you could do is save money. Work hard. If you're living with your parents or you're living with, you know, with a roommate, you can save money on rent. Stack it up. You can buy a piece of land for $2,000. Look how much junk they got in front of the house. That's cool. So we're in Ensley now. This is a really dangerous area. Lots of gangs out here, straight up gangbanging. Kind of like Chicago, Los Angeles type of crap out here. This area out here is no joke. You gotta be on your toes out here. This area here pops off. You gotta be really alert. Really, really alert out here. This area is super dangerous. All you gotta do, you can find somebody who owns an old beat up house in the ghetto like this and say, hey, you know, finance it to me. I got $1,000. It's not a lot of money. I saved up $1,000. Finance it to me. I don't even have the money. Just finance it to me. You know, just finance it to me. Just finance this to me. They might finance it. They might do owner financing. Forget about a credit score and all that. You might be somebody do owner financing. Start paying $300 a month, and eventually it's yours. Now you got one piece of real estate. You can do that twice a year, let's say, or in 5 years you got 5 pieces of property or something. Who knows? You can do that with an empty lot. Empty lot in the inner city is not 4,000 or 5,000. Next thing you know, you got 10 pieces of land. So is that going to generate income for you? It's not. But see, sometimes what you need when you're on the come up, what you need sometimes is something called dignity. And I realized this when I was, coming up, is that sometimes you just need dignity. And dignity isn't something, it's not something that's really gonna like when I was in the middle of my project. You know, in life you do things you have to do. At some point, you need to have something that dignifies you, and you say, okay, you know, this is something that I'm doing that isn't really. But see, a lot of people get caught up in that, and they misunderstand the priority that dignity has, because some people get carried away with with dignity, which means, you know, okay, you buy a car and you put wheels and you got a sound system and you buy some Jordans, and then your whole life is all about your presence. When I talk about dignity, I'm not talking about your immediate presence. I'm talking about your financial future. Even if you're at the bottom, you've never accomplished much, you haven't accomplished too much for yourself, you're kind of in the primitive stages of developing your wealth and you know, getting in the right direction. You give yourself something that that will give you dignity, you know. Okay, here's my first piece of real estate. It's nothing. It's an empty lot in the city. It's nothing. But now you have not dignity for yourself, but now you have financial dignity. Okay, here's one thing that I've accomplished for myself, a little bit of financial dignity. And you keep running with that. You give yourself first financial dignity. Here's my first piece of real estate. I'm purchasing my first piece of property. Is it going to make you money? No, it's not going to make you money. It's probably, you might even lose $400 in the process of buying, selling, you know, all that. But now you've given yourself financial dignity. You've said, okay, I've made my first move. Now I own one piece of land. Now I want another one. You know, you start off with goals that you can reach. You know, that's a good goal, to have a $2,000 piece of land. It may not mean, and you may not even make, you might even lose money on it. You may not even make money on it. But it's a financial dignity that, okay, here's my first possession, you know. Here's my first, and everything's sacrifice. Like, a lot of people want to get ahead, but they're not willing to make sacrifice. Like, I've met people who've rented out a building for a business, and then they live in it. See if there's a water back there anywhere. There's a water back there. Can you see if you can, like, just snatch it real quick? Can you see it or no?
I don't. Oh.
See it?
Yeah.
Grab it quickly. That's financial dignity. You know, I've seen people who, they want to start a business, and instead of paying a rent at a house, they'll pay a rent for a commercial property, and they'll live in it. Maybe you'll have a bathroom in the back or whatever, and they'll live in a commercial property. You know, their customers probably won't notice it, because in the morning you get up, you hide your toothbrush, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So like your customers don't notice what you're doing. But I've known people that have lived in commercial buildings. GPS getting home. GPS home. So yeah, I've known people who they'll live in a commercial building for a year. They'll sign a lease in a commercial building for a year and live in it secretly. Nobody can tell. But that's what it takes. Oh, we're right by the highway. Cool. Alright. So I guess I can run a little bit more. There's a street coming up here with this light. Is that one with the light? But you know, you have to make a sacrifice. If you don't make a sacrifice, you can't expect, you really can't expect to make financial progress if you're not willing to make a sacrifice of some sort. I've made huge sacrifices. Like, now we own our house. That did not come, some people think, oh, you know, you've had it easy. Dude, you have no idea how many sacrifices we've been through to be able to own that house. We went through living in a camper. We bought the house that was uninhabitable, and then we lived in a camper for like 9 months. One day I sold the camper and I bought a toilet and an air conditioner. And literally we took 2 months in the wintertime in Florida, which is not that bad, but showering with a water hose for 2 or 3 months is about as horrible as a thing as you could do to yourself as we had. We did it. Most people would have rented a condo and said, forget about it, I'm not going to live like this. But thanks to those sacrifices, he's pushing it with his bumper. That's cool. I want to get one of those metal guards in front of my bumper.
Yeah.
Eventually. I haven't been able to find it. I think it's called a bush guard or something. Whatever it is, I haven't been able to find it. Yeah, I haven't been able to find one. Cow guard, bush guard. hog guard. There's different names for it, whatever the crap. I need one. I've been able to find it.
We went through a lot of sacrifices.
Oh yeah, we did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This gas station's got some activity hanging around people and stuff. I feel like a gas station where there's 5 or 6 guys just hanging around randomly. Yeah, I can definitely see how Birmingham's more dangerous than Montgomery now. We just haven't spent enough time here at night.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than Montgomery. Montgomery's tiny
yeah.
compared to this. This is like a massive area of different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, I can definitely see it
It's
now.
more spread out.
Yeah, look at that truck. I'm gonna pull into this gas station. You notice how I'm barely even pulling up to these gas stations? I don't know if you guys are noticing that. I'm barely even pulling up to gas stations. I know how Charlie Boo, he pulls in all the gas stations and all the markets, and I do it too, but I'm tense tonight. I don't know why. I'm just tense as crap tonight. I really am. Not sure why. Just am. Look at that food store right there. Wouldn't that be a great cover photo? A little food mart right there. That'd be a great cover photo. Let me see if I can zoom into it and get a good photo of it. Come on. Nope, can't get it. Well, anyways, you know, it's all about sacrifice. So, what sacrifice are you going to make your life better? Because without sacrifice, you're just not going to get ahead. That's just, we had a car right on us. Wow. Let me see if I can get out of the way. I don't like those cars following me. Wow. Let's go. What sacrifice are you going to make to get yourself out of whatever situation you're in, you know? Because you're not, he just blew that stop sign. I'm just going to blow it too. I'm sure he's got his reasons to blow that stop sign. It's a 4-way stop. He blew it, I'm blowing it. I guess you don't even stop here, I guess. Okay. There's cops right there, I think. I don't know. He's not stopping at all. They're blinking. That means don't even stop. Don't even stop. Okay. But what sacrifice are you going to make when you see somebody drive through like that? They're just like, get going. What sacrifice are you going to make? What are you going to do to get yourself out of them situations like that? Because without sacrifice, there's no win. If you're not willing to do something to get yourself out of that situation, the back streets back behind here are really bad too. If you remember when we did the daytime video?
Yeah.
That's all it takes. We've done a lot of sacrifices, people. I mean, a lot. You really, really got to do sacrifices. Somebody who's never put in the work, you can't expect now to say, oh, why can't I get ahead? Why don't I have a business? Why can't I be getting ahead? Because you haven't put in the work. You know? You eat it all, you drink it all, you spend it all, you party it all, you put nothing away. So you can't expect now you're not going to be able to expect that now you're going to all of a sudden, do these lights have cameras? Did that car blow the red lights? You notice? I don't want to stop here. I'm just going to keep rolling. I don't know if they got red light cameras here or not.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. I don't even want to stop around here. This crap is scary.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, you're not aware. You think it's not bad, you just don't know. You just don't know. This is bad out here. You just don't know. Just because it looks quiet like this?
No.
Down that way. Take a left here. Take a left here. I'm gonna take a left. Go back into town real quick. Some residential neighborhoods, but yeah. I mean, what are you putting? What are you putting away? What are you doing? What sacrifice are you making? Are you living with a roommate? Are you working an extra job? You got to do something to get ahead. You're not going to get ahead if you don't sacrifice. And that's really what it comes down to, is how much you're willing. We should have taken that street right there. How much you're willing to sacrifice to ensure that in the future you can get ahead. Because if you're not willing to make those sacrifices, stop at these stop signs. This was the neighborhood where the lady didn't. Remember there was a bus stop and the lady didn't even stop for it.
Oh yeah.
This is that neighborhood where I got mad because there was a bus stop and the lady just right through kids and everything. But yeah, eventually you got to make some type of sacrifice. You got.
I thought that was in Tuscaloosa.
That was here. That was right in this area. It was right in this area. Send it back around the way it came. Somebody coming around the school. Like, I hate how this turning radius on this truck is so bad, man. I mean, whose idea was it to put these big wheels on here?
Yours.
Man. I mean, why would somebody put wheels that big on a car?
You did it. I'm not letting you get out of it.
Plain and simple, y'all. If you want to get ahead in life, yeah, there has to be a sacrifice somewhere. Saving money or working, you gotta do something. You gotta take away something that's basic that everybody has. Everybody's got fly clothes, everybody drives a new car. Maybe you're the guy who's not gonna drive a new car for 5 years. Maybe you're gonna drive an old clunker for 5 or 10 years, and that might feel like I'm the guy driving that old clunker. Now everybody's got a new car, but I'm driving this old piece of crap. But that's the sacrifice that you're making to ensure that 5-10 years from now you got $40,000 and you can say, okay, I'm going to start a business. Okay, I'm going to work for me. I'm going to rent a building out and start a little barbershop or start a little barbecue place or start that little flower delivery service, whatever the crap you're trying to do. And maybe when you go to rent a building, it's $1,000 to rent a building. You say, you know, crap, I'm gonna live in that building. It's got a bathroom. I'm gonna grab a bucket. I'm gonna spend 1 year living inside this commercial building. Nobody's gonna know I'm living here. Sometimes you're not allowed to do that. I'm gonna live inside this commercial building for a year. What sacrifice are you making? Because you gotta make, unless you have an outside source of money that's gonna come in and give you money, unless you have like an inheritance or a rich uncle who's gonna let you borrow money or good credit, or I don't know what the crap it takes nowadays. But if you don't have a mysterious miracle happening overnight, then the long route is to save money somewhere, to do something to get ahead. That's all it is. It's not going to be forever. That's the other thing. It's not forever. It's, okay, for 5 years, we're going to crunch these numbers. For 5 years, we're going to live miserably for 5 or 10 years until we can get this plan together. And believe me, that might seem like a lot, but when they lock you up for 5 or 10 years for doing something stupid, at least you can decide to quit your plan whenever you want to. You can decide to quit or start your. You can decide to quit or start your savings whenever you want to. When you get caught on some street stuff and they lock you up for 5 years, you're not really gonna have an option. You're not gonna have an option when you get locked up for some street stuff. You're locked up for some street stuff. Now there's no option. There's no options. It's you're there now for 5 years. You know, so now you have the choice while you're free to decide, okay, I'm going to save, am I not going to save, what am I going to do with my life? You're not going to have that option when you're locked up. So a lot of people are willing to take that risk to get locked up for 5 or 10 years for doing stuff in the streets. And they say, I don't have any other option, I got to do this. So you're willing to take that type of risk and that type of sacrifice for an overnight dream, but you're not willing to take that same sacrifice for something that's guaranteed. And you may not, like, sometimes life is stepping stones. Like, maybe for now, maybe for the next, stage of your life, you just need to be maybe you need to be a barber for 5 years. Maybe you need to be a cook for 5 years. Maybe whatever sometimes it's like stepping stones, Like, I learned, I was a salesman for a while. I didn't want to do that forever. I sewed sheds for a little bit. Do I want to sell sheds forever? No, I don't want to do that forever. But that was a stepping stone in getting me. Okay, so now I sewed sheds for about a year, whatever time I did it. And I learned skills in the process, how to deal with customers. Then I started YouTubing. My first 3 channels failed, the next channel failed. Now I'm doing this channel. If this channel tomorrow stops getting views, then I gotta improvise another channel. I got my junk removal business. My junk removal business doesn't work. It might turn into a moving business. It might turn into a car wash business. But you always have different stepping stones to get where you want. You know what I mean? It's like when you're building a house, first you gotta lay down the foundation, then the walls, then the ceiling, then the electrical, then the windows, and then and last thing you do is you put the mattress in last. You can't put the mattress in first. The mattress don't go in first. You can't start building a house and go and buy your furniture the first day. No, first that's last. So right now's the time to lay some bricks. Now's the time to just put a foundation to your future. No, you're not gonna go and buy that king size mattress right now. You're not there yet. A lot of people want to put the wagon before the horse in their journey to get out of poverty and get out of misery. These are some wicked looking apartments in the daytime. Let me see if there's any activity. I'll pull in here only if I don't see nobody hanging out. Pull in here real quick. These apartments are scary as crap. Scary in the daytime, let alone at night. This is some really, really inner city crap out here. Just pull in and pull out real quick just so they can see it at night, but yeah, this is some wild crap out here. Pull in and pull out real quick. I don't know, be in here too long. Some scary inner city crap out here, y'all. This is the projects for real out here. I don't know if these are like real projects. They're definitely inner city stuff out here. Maybe they are. I don't know if they're projects or apartments. Either way, they're scary. That's all I can tell you, whatever stage you are at in life right now, if you're just getting started in life, man, you gotta make sacrifices. We've made some incredible sacrifices. When we didn't have cool cars, we didn't have cool clothes. People made fun of us. I've even had family members, man, it's embarrassing. Look at the clothes you're wearing. Oh man, it's embarrassing. Go finance a car, man. You look like a bum. I've had people tell me that,
Yeah.
For sure, I had people tell me, hey, you ain't living right, I even had one homie came up. Oh man, look, bro, look at the crap you're driving, bro. Look, let's go to the dealership right now. And I'll put you in whatever you want. And I said, yeah. And when you call me at 2 a.m, can I say no? Oh no, oh, okay. I ain't doing that. I had somebody come up to me and says, look, man, let's go to the dealership right now, man. Let's get you out of the situation. What do you like, man? Let's go to the dealership right now and pick out whatever you want. Pick out whatever I want, huh? And when you call me at 2 a.m. and tell me it's time to ride, and I don't like what I gotta go do, can I back out of it then? I don't know, then I'm compromising. I gotta go do whatever it was. And that's a bait. Somebody might see you struggling, and they might say, oh man, let me put you on some game real quick, man. Look. They just took, what is that?
What?
The flashing light. Is that McDonald's or is that, are they taking pictures of our license plate?
I have no idea.
Did we just get a ticket?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a flashing light. What was that?
I don't know.
I just think we got a ticket.
For what?
Just for driving through that light. What was that flashing light? There's like 3-4 last flashing lights. I think I took pictures of our license plate. Like for driving through there.
For pulling into a parking lot?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a red light camera right there. And it was taking photos while we were in there, while we were driving in. It definitely took photos. It could have been somebody else. But it was definitely taking photos.
It could have been someone else.
The last thing I need now is some tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything illegal, did I?
No, you just pulled.
I pulled into a... Did I come to a complete stop or what?
Yeah.
Might have been somebody else, right?
Yeah, I think there was someone behind us going straight.
I saw the flash. I hate that. Like in a poor neighborhood, man. That's criminal. To put that there. We got like a few minutes. Want to drive to this West End neighborhood? No, let's get going. That's I-20 though. We still got to get on. We still got a long way to go to get back to where we're going.
I'm good with whatever you are.
Can we go over a minute on the video or no? I don't think it'll upload after if it's more than a minute, will it?
More than an hour?
More than an hour? Will it?
No, I wouldn't even try.
I wouldn't even try it. Yeah, I wouldn't either. But yeah, guys, homie told me, oh, come on, man, let's get you up out of this situation. Get me up out of this situation. And when you call me at 2 in the morning and say, hey, I need you to do this, bring the car to Miami, Port of Miami, or what am I gonna do then? Say I can't? Say no? That sounds risky. No, you already compromised. So that's a bait. That's a bait. Somebody will tell you, they'll pay you up front. And when they give you that phone call, believe me, when you get that phone call at 2 in the morning from Big Homie, gives you that phone call at 2 in the morning, and then when you see what they're gonna ask you to go do, you're gonna be like, you wish you hadn't taken that car. But now you're compromised. Now if you don't come through, now you're the piece of crap. You know what I mean? Now you're the next fish. But it's like that. It's like that. You have to be able to recognize that not everything is fast money. Sometimes what seems like the easy way out is actually gonna get you deeper into that hole than you could imagine. So don't ever let somebody tell you, hey, look at what you're driving, man. Let's fix that situation, because that's just a bait to get you to do the stuff they don't want to do. And believe me, if the car's worth $40,000, they're gonna get $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 out of you. There's no way you're gonna come up on top in that situation. I don't like this car behind us. Did it turn yet?
No, it is still behind us.
Whoa. And this one, they don't stop at the stop signs at night usually. A lot of times they don't stop. Probably a good reason. Doesn't seem like everybody's big on stopping at stop signs here. But just a little bit of knowledge for people, Don't think the Big Homie's gonna put you in that new car and then it's all sweet, it's all good. When that phone rings at 2 in the morning, you better pick it up. You're gonna regret. You're gonna pay for that. There's no easy way to get ahead, people. That's just my message to people who are watching the video out here in the streets, anywhere. There's no easy way out. There's easy ways to lose everything. There's easy ways to throw your life away. You can throw your life away. You can throw your life away in 3 seconds. One wrong decision, one bad place at the wrong time. Your whole life can get thrown away. But believe me, it's a lot harder. It's years of hard work to get it. So that's all I got, y'all. Checking out. I can't make this video more than an hour. But I did want to share those little gems of knowledge with the younger people who might think that they're being offered a good deal for some reason on something, but it's really not. It's really a trap. Checking out from the streets of Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you so much for being with us on this video. Thank you.